Hooey. All right, I think we are now live. Let's make sure YouTube is working tonight because yesterday was a disaster. And then we made a song about taking a dump in a Chuck E. Cheese. Looks like we're good. Audio going? All right, I think we are all set. Good evening, everyone. It's your boy, Santa Claus here, and we are here to have fun with Vital, which is the new project from Matt Tytel, who is the creator behind Helm. If you don't know about Helm, you really should. It's one of the best free synths money just can't buy, and it's been really highly regarded for years. So Vital is the new project from Matt, who's actually in the chat somewhere around here, which is really cool. So hey, Matt. And this is one of the biggest projects of 2020's hype train leaving the station, and has been a huge effort for Matt to develop, and it's really, really close to release. It comes out on November 24th. If you want to check it out, you can go to vital.audio and sign up for the mailing list. November 24th, there's a free version, there's paid versions. I highly encourage you to support this project by paying for one of the bigger editions or subscribing, which is only $5 a month, I believe. It's a great deal all around, great value for a fucking great synthesizer. Man, the chat is pinging. I also, just before we get into it, I just put out a new song today with Euphonious, which you can check out here. You can sign up for Vital's mailing list on the Vital website here, and there's a Vital Discord and everything. I'm going to try and answer questions in the chat. It's going to be hard to keep up a little bit, but we will try. So let's get in on all of this, and maybe we can take a listen to the song about taking a dump in Chuck E. Cheese, just to show you what Vital is really capable of. And then we're going to dive in. We're going to be doing some sound design tonight and just having some fun with it. So let's check this thing out a little bit, shall we? Hopefully my things are working. All right, so this is Vital. This is not what the website looks like, but this is. Sign up, vital.audio, info on when it comes out. It's got wave warping, so there's a lot of really interesting warp modes if you're familiar with that in Serum, like FM from B, AM, bend plus minus, things like that. But this has some cool spectral warping modes that allow you to mess with the partials of a waveform, which is a little bit more of an advanced thing, but it sounds really damn cool. There's also the now super hyped text to wavetable, which we can play with. This is super funny, and I wasted a lot of time playing with this. Really great modulation, visual feedback on just about everything. You can modulate pretty much any parameter. I mean, this thing is essentially modular in a way, and you can even modulate the modulators, which is awesome. LFOs and MSEG, stereo modulation. These are the plans you get free on November 24th. 80 presets, 25 wavetables. Plus is $25, 250 presets of 70 wavetables. Pro is $80, 400 plus presets, 150 wavetables, unlimited text wavetable, exclusive Discord perks, prioritized support, and then subscription options for $5 a month. You get $5 a month credit in the store, subscriber-only preset bank, unlimited text wavetable, exclusive Discord perk, prioritized support, first access to new fixtures, and first access to new plugins. This is Vital. This is some stuff. It does a lot of things. It also does MPE, which we're going to play with. Let's see this thing. So I will try and keep an eye on the chat for questions, but it looks like my chat is actually totally frozen on my phone. So that's good. I'm going to try and get the chat back up on my phone because that's just not working at all now. Way to be, YouTube. Way to be. Always killing it. This is Vital, unless we want to show the pooping in a Chuck E. Cheese song first. I'll leave that up to you guys. What do you want to see first? Do you want to dive through some of these features or hear the song about how Matt's a really good guy? Text to wavetable, nice. It is very cool. Hopefully this is working still. It looks like it is. So yeah, up to you guys. Do you want to hear dumping a Chuck E. Cheese, or do you want to dive through some features? I guess we'll wait because there's a bit of a lag. Oh yeah, there's like a huge lag apparently. Okay, excellent. Play the cheese song, Vital first. Song first, song. Okay, I guess let's just do it. All right, let's open that project. Oh man, my desk is like messing with my mouse. Boop, 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 boop. This is a song using Vital. This song is called Chuck This Cheese, I think is what I titled it. And this features pretty much entirely Vital. Everything except the vocals and the drums are Vital. Yeah, so we've got a bunch of Vitals in here. Let's open this up and give this project a play, shall we? I will warn you, this is very, very loud. I put like 12 OTTs and a bunch of clippers on everything, and it's amazing. All of the presets in this song as well, I'm going to be putting together, as well as a bunch of other presets I've made, and I will be releasing those along with my video about Vital. So let's play this project if my mouse will cooperate with me.
I'm calling my mom. Is that beef in your pocket or is that your manager? Don't make me pull out my breadsticks. There's nothing like taking a dump in a Chuck E. Cheese.
Truly magical stuff here.
Oh God fucking damn it. What do you mean you're out of garlic sauce? Chuck E. Cheese? More like sucky cheese. Ha!
And of course, this special shout out to Matt. Thanks, Matt. Vital's really cool and everyone should go out and buy it. And that is my new song called Chuck This Cheese. You can find this on my Audius page if one of my mods can link my Audius for me. For those of you asking, Vital comes out November 24th. Go to vital.audio and you can sign up there to stay up to date. There's a free option as well, so you can get it for free to check it out. If you like it, I encourage you to get the paid versions, which come with more stuff, including the text to wavetable being unlimited in the bigger versions, which is really fun. So let's have some fun with this thing. If my mouse would just roughly cooperate for 5 seconds, this is driving me absolutely crazy today. All right, Vital. How does this thing work? If I can mouse over it. Okay, so we've got Vital. And Vital has 3 oscillators, a sample oscillator. I'm trying to enable this, but again, my mouse is really not wanting to play today. I don't know why I can't click anything. Are the batteries dying, or is this just stupid? Nope, there it goes. So, 3 oscillators. It's a spectral wavetable synth. We have a sampler here, which has some noise and then some other samples. You can drag and drop things in. You can drag and drop things in to make a wavetable. There's a really fully featured wavetable editor here as well. If we dive in, it's actually got these cool points here. I'm going to unplug my morph for a second. I think this is what's messing with my mouse. So we've got some points here, which is a really cool way to kind of draw on a wavetable as these kind of snap style grid bits, which is really nice. It's a keyframe based editor too. For those of you that are familiar with Phase Plant, this is really the same-ish way that it works, but Vital has some different ways of doing things, which is cool. Super easy to make wavetables and stuff. It ships with a couple, but this is an early access version, which is of note. So everything I'm showing here today is subject to change between now and the release, but we get some wavetables. You'll get more if you buy the bigger versions. You can make your own. A lot of great features. Unison, 16 voices per oscillator, really big detuning, phase lock and randomization. There's warp modes. So we've got like this vocode here, which I'm not entirely sure what that is doing. I haven't really checked into all this. Formant scaling, which is kind of like a bend plus minus sort of thing. Smear, which allows you to stretch and skew the waveform in some weird ways. Random amplitudes, which is fun. And this is kind of where the spectral stuff comes in, like the inharmonic stretch. Basically, it is analyzing the waveform and pulling it apart and messing with it is what most of these do, which is cool. And then we've got our standard stuff like hard syncing. We've got Formant over here, which is kind of the, I think that's sync half window in Serum. Quantize, or kind of a rate reduction type of thing here for lo-fi sounds. Bend, which is your classic bend. You get the idea. There's FM, there's RM. You can also do this from the sample. Pretty much everything there. You get your standard tuning stuff. We've got tuning options here for transposition snapping, which now I'm going to plug this back in to demonstrate this because it's kind of cool. For those of you that are familiar with Arturia's pigments, you'll get the idea here. This is a preset I made called Hold My Note Bro. And what I'm doing is using the LFOs as kind of a step sequencer, and I'm targeting the pitch of the oscillators, but I'm using the snap to quantize these notes to a certain scale. So I can hold down a single note, and this will play a song based on these different LFOs and LFO rates, with the randomization here being sample and hold to kind of control the timing of each of these layers. So we can just hold a note. Turn this way up because it's pretty quiet. And you get the idea. It's pretty cool. I made another one today too, called Midnight at the Arcade. Based around a similar idea. So, other features wise, we get envelopes here. We can just click and drag for modulation. So let's just kind of initialize once again. Modulation is really easy in this, which is what I like about it the most, honestly, especially for MPE, which I'll show off here in a minute. But it's super simple. So like if we want to modulate something with this envelope, like let's say one of the 2 filters we get here, which we should talk about the filters as well. There's a ton of filters and they actually sound great. So we have analog, dirty, ladder, digital, diode, formant, comb, and phaser. So we get 12 and 24, notch, notch spread, band pass notch, which is kind of like your morph multi-filters in Serum, I think is what that one's called. Ladder, so there's basically different filter architectures if you don't know what this means. Dirty being more crunchy, I guess. Ladder being a bit more, I don't know, smooth, I guess. I don't know how to describe that. Digital, diode, formant, so we get like vowel filters. Comb, so there's comb, flange, basically same stuff you'd see in something like Serum, including some unique ones like band spread comb, which allows you to kind of have a band passed comb effect. We can also mix this into taste. We can key track it. We can control the routing of the oscillators. So again, this thing is essentially modular almost. Like it's a ridiculous amount of things you can do. And then phasers, so positive and negative, and we can control the number of poles here, the cutoff, and the resonance. But modulation is super simple. We can just click and drag. And there's our modulation. This thing is also incredibly clean sounding. It might be a little unapologetically digital, but it is capable of a huge array of sounds, which we'll dive into here in a bit. But the modulation is super, super fast to dive into. So let's let's go and modulate some effects here. So let's grab the distortion and we'll change this to the down sample. And let's tie an LFO to that, if my mouse will work. So the LFO is a really nice thing to work with here. Let's go to the paint mode and go to step. We could change the grid size and just draw in kind of a weird sample and hold-esque thing here. You get the idea. Let's add a filter. Bring in some delay. Bring that down a bit. And you get the idea. We can make a lot of cool... Excellent stuff. So let's talk about some actual sounds here. Let's talk about MPE. So MPE, for those of you that don't know, is a way to express notes individually, much like you could on something like a guitar. So what we can do is take a note and move around with it, and that will allow us to modulate things with pressure, meaning aftertouch, slide, meaning the Y position, and pitch with the X position. So we can flip this into MPE mode, and we'll flip it into MPE mode in DAWg. Now, if I play this and just move my finger around, so it's great for sound design all around. It's super, super powerful. What's another fun one? Horror effects. So this is kind of a horror sci-fi sound effect thing. And yeah, someone mentioned the visual feedback, and that's one of the other things I think is great about this, especially if you're newer to like sound design and synthesis. It's a super easy synth to look at and understand like what the fuck is happening. Because when you get something this powerful and this deep, that can be a bit risky because it might be hard to understand. You know, like I would never recommend a beginner get something like Falcon, you know, just because it's like there's too much happening. But this has a lot happening, but it's in a very controlled environment that's easy to understand and tweak. Yeah, let's throw another limiter on here. Oh, I restarted my computer. That's why there's not a limiter on the session. Whoops, sorry about that. So this is horror sound effects with MPE. All one patch. Let's do one more like cool MPE one here. Oh, I've got a neuro bass that's MPE. So this is kind of an FM thing. We've also got, of course, the like OTT equivalent in here, which is great for this kind of stuff. So that's a good one. Yeah, just incredibly fun to explore with MPE. I've got some of the basses from the Chuck E. Cheese track. This is a patch I made earlier today called PS1 Vibes, which is kind of a classic old school video game soundtrack sound. This is another one called psxpad.exe, which is another kind of old school video game sound. This is actually using the text to wavetable, which we'll talk about in just a sec. This is all internal as well. There's no extra processing here. So that's all internal. Here's a bass. Here's a cool MPE. This should be MPE. Yeah, this is like a engine sound. So that one's fun. And let's see, is there anything else that's like super worth showing here? Oh, I made a snare. I guess we'll do that, and then we'll talk about text to wavetable. So all internal. And pretty fucking cool. I mean, this thing is worth the hype. Absolutely. It is really, really damn good. And especially the fact that it is free. For whatever reason, Matt came from outer space and decided to give us this kind of thing for free. Super thumbs up. So Matt, if you're still hanging around, personally, thank you. This is going to make a big difference in the music community. I'm absolutely sure of that. As a sound design tool as well, abso-goddamn-lutely pick this thing up. Let's do text to wavetable. DJ Grumpy Gills. And I want this to be Australian. There's a bunch of different accents here, which is, I don't understand how that works, but it's super, super cool. So DJ Grumpy Gills, go. Now let's grab an LFO, make it an envelope really quick. So the LFOs can be envelopes as well. I kind of forgot to point that out. There we go. That'll work. Okay, so now we just got to slow this down. All right, let's bring this.
DJ Grumpy Gills.
DJ Grumpy Gills.
So that's pretty cool. And if you wanna make like a beat tag, just throw OTT and a reverb and like a soft distortion on there.
DJ Grumpy Gills.
That is incredible. Let's do. I like. Do the cha-cha like a sissy girl from, what was that, Anchorman? But let's make this one British.
I like to do the cha-cha like a sissy girl.
Let's do one more. Someone pick an accent for me. Someone pick an accent from the list, and we'll do one more. Because this is super funny. Like, I seriously lost, like, probably 2 hours doing this. If you use vocode spectral warp, it'll keep the formants in the right place. Ah, okay. Gotcha. That makes sense. Russian? Okay, Russian. What's a Russian thing? In Russia, the bear fights you. And let's grab vocode.
In Russia, the bear. In Russia, the.
Okay, let me turn off that OTT for just like 1 sec.
In Russia, the beer fight is you.
In Russia, the beer fight is you. In Russia, the beer fight is you.
In Russia, the beer
Fight is you.
That's so sick. Okay, now with OTT.
In Russia, the beer fight is you.
Yes. I wanna fight a T-Rex.
Ivana fight a T-Rex.
Okay, so that's super cool, right? Let's talk about modulation because some of the modulation options in this are sick. So right now we have an LFO on a filter on a saw wave going through a low pass. So we can right click on this modulation and make it bipolar. But what's really cool is we can right click this and make it stereo. So it's independent, which is wicked for modulation stuff. So if we did something a bit more spicy, like a comb filter or something, or like one of these flanges. We can also go in the matrix here, so we can enable this by clicking the stereo. We can also morph the modulation, which is basically like tweaking the response curve. But what's even more insane is we can actually modulate all of this. So we can modulate that, and I just modulated that, but now I can modulate the modulation of that. Let's make this a bit faster. So I'm modulating the modulation of the modulation. That is so cool, right? So yeah, that's some vital stuff. Let's see what kind of questions and stuff we've got. Is this free? It is. This is a free synth, and if you want to find more information, you can go to vital.audio to sign up for the mailing list. This comes out November 24th, which is in I don't know. My mom's a math teacher, but I'll call my mom later and ask how many days that is. November 24th, go sign up for it at vital.audio. You get all this and more for free, but I do encourage you to support this with one of the paid options, including the subscription, which is only $5 a month. Plus is only $25. That comes with a lot more presets and wavetables. Unlimited text to wavetable and all the goodies comes in at $80, or the subscription option includes all the goodies as well, including some extra little things for new features and new plugins. So highly encourage you to support this project. Matt is a super, super cool dude. Like I said, the creator of Helm, and you know, Helm is kind of legendary at this point, and I have a feeling Vital is going to be even bigger. So yeah, vital.audio, if one of my mods could drop that link for me. So cheers to Matt, because holy shit, this thing is amazing. Now, I've got, oh yeah, there's a Vital Discord as well. Go check that out. So, 11 days, okay. So, we have two options. One, I figured we could spend some time tonight designing some sounds in Vital, because like I said, all of these presets that I'm making, I'm going to be including with the video that I put out. So we can work on some sounds here and play around. Or I did start another sketch of a track just in case things went that direction. So we could kind of play with a track here. What does unlimited text to wavetable mean? Yeah, let's do some questions for a minute, actually, before we get into that. So we can play with a new track and make some noises with Vital, or we can just stick to pure sound design in Vital. Up to you guys. So let's do some questions here for a minute. Unlimited TTW. So that's unlimited text to wavetable. I'm not super clear on this. I don't know what the limitations are. But yeah, there's going to be some kind of limitation. I believe it's maybe the number of requests per day, but I don't really know offhand. But yeah, to get unlimited, you have to get the bigger versions of it. Did that $1 plugin ever come out? That was Genesis Pro, I believe is what you're thinking of. It came out and it didn't go well. Loop points in the LFO is really cool, yeah. It did take 10 years to make it. Serum 2.0. In a way, I don't really agree with like it's the serum killer and this is gonna blah blah blah. Like, I mean, Serum is still gonna have its place as Vital will have its place. Is Vital the only synth you need? No. Is Vital the greatest synth ever made? No, not really. Does it have one of the best text to wavetable features in the known history of the universe? Abso-fucking-lutely it does. It's just part of a toolkit. It's not gonna be the ultimate synth, because if that existed, we would all have it. But Vital is really damn good. So we want to make sound design. Mouse eat too much Chucky. Apparently. What is your favorite shark? I think they're called thresher sharks. They have a really long tail fin, and it was like really, really cool. I thought it was awesome when I was a kid. Pro version is still pretty cheap. Yeah, I mean, even the most expensive version of Vital is cheaper than a lot of the other, like, big synths out there, so it's a hell of a deal. 5 per day. Okay, yeah, so it was like a per day limitation. Is the modulation only 4 pieces, or will it add itself after using all 4? Yes, it does add extra modulations, except it only goes up to a certain number, I think. I haven't tested all of that. I think the randoms are limited to 4, and the LFOs are maybe like 8. Excuse me, something like that. CPU load. CPU load's not bad at all. It uses some special stuff to make Unison not as CPU heavy, but everything I'm showing here is an early access copy, so this doesn't necessarily represent the final CPU use. And I'm also on a really beefy computer, so your mileage may vary. Obviously, I'm sure when this does release, there will be system requirements and recommendations and whatever, but comparatively speaking, this is minimal CPU. I mean, a lot of my other synths use more. Can you make the additive partials inharmonic? There is like an inharmonic stretch mode. We can play with that. Modulator count? I don't know offhand. Like I said, it adds more, but only up to a certain point. Can you import wavetables? You can. We can do that. We can totally do that. So we can drag this in. We can drag audio in. You can make your own, all sorts of stuff. Sound design. All right. Let's see if there's any other questions here, and then we'll dive in. Text to wavetable only available in the Pro version. I believe it's available in all versions, or maybe like the light and up or whatever it was. And then there's like a request limitation. 8 LFOs and 4 randoms. Yeah, that sounds right. Subscription like a rent to own. I don't know how that works. Random letters. Let's do that really quick. That sounds funny. I tried to do like Unicode characters yesterday, and it didn't let me do that, and I was a little disappointed. All right. Let's just make this regular old the King's English and see what this spits out. Oh, wait. Can I do like period question mark and stuff? Huh. All right. Let's try that.
SF Hauishkia WTHAY for Wughog. SF Hauishkia WTHAY for Wughog.
What if I do the most primitive form of like the Reese bass wobble right there? That's amazing. Are people complaining about this free synth? People want to complain about everything because everyone knows everything about everything on the internet. Can I drop all the serum and phase plant wavetables in here? Probably. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't. I think there's like a... I remember reading on a DSP forum somewhere that there's like a standardization to wavetables now. I think maybe Steve Duda or someone was like, we should institute standards. So I would guess that Vital follows whatever those standards were. Matt would be the guy to ask. Does enharmonic info get saved in wavetables? You can resample it to itself, I guess, if that's what you're asking. So you could like make a wavetable into itself with the enharmonicity. Spectral time skew. I've messed with a bunch of the warp modes, but yeah, physical modeling stuff. Sure. We could do something with that. I actually did a physical modeling sound earlier. I did some brass, like trap, wham. There's another one in here that's actually a factory preset, pluck string. So this is like car plus strong synthesis with the band comb filter using noise. Let's go. So that's pretty cool. You could do some pretty fun stuff. And yeah, like physical modeling in this, you get 3 filters technically. So you have this filter, this filter. You can also sync the delay. So you can use this in seconds mode with a high feedback as a resonator. And we could key track that. So let's grab the note here. Mess with this. But that doesn't really scale at 1 volt per octave like you would normally, but we could go in there and then add like another comb filter and key track that bad boy. Obviously, this is way out of tune, but you get the idea. It does have a wavetable editor, yes. On what software is it available? This is available for Mac, Windows, and Linux, which is really, really cool, because not a lot of stuff is available for Linux these days. How's Polymer? I haven't downloaded the beta. I have no idea. This is sick. It really is. Is Cloudseed really that hype? Dude, do not come after my Lord and Savior Cloudseed. Nah, son. All right. Here's a saw with a low pass. So this is your brain. Let's turn this up a wee bit. So this is your brain. And this is your brain on Cloudseed, which is free and open source and only available for Windows. So yes, Cloudseed is absolutely worth the hype. Trap beats and trying to catch up on all this. Thankfully, I just found it. Well, hey, welcome to the party. Arpeggiator, great question. That is from Zhang Oi Music. Sorry if I fuck up your name. I went to public school. I don't read good. So in Arpeggiator, we could make this into a sequencer. So let's just re-init here, and let's use this basic saw wave. Let's change this to a grid of 16 steps with 12. Now we'll go into paint mode and turn this into a 16-step sequencer, which is really, really easy to do. Let's just move this around. All right, now let's feed that. Let's go back to the root note a couple times. All right. let's feed that to our pitch, and let's right-click and enter a value. Let's just make this 1 octave, so 12 semitones. We'll enter a value of 12. Let's go into the pitch quantization here and just make this a standard major scale. Now, one of the things of note here as well is that this transposition snapping function is actually relative or global. Relative meaning if I play a C right now, this is going to be C major. If I play an A, it's actually going to be A major, even though those are not the notes of A major. But if we global snap this, it will snap to those exact note values being C, D, E, F, G, so on and so on. So let's slow this down and play a sequence. All right, cool. So let's just speed that up. Let's maybe do the same thing over here. So we'll make an 8-step sequence with a value of like 6 or something. We'll paint step mode, and we can use this to control the volume. So let's just map that to the level. All right, there. And give this a play. So it doesn't have a traditional arpeggiator, but you can make one. So by doing that, you know, we could just do a value of 12 and make like a minor arpeggio really easily. Japanese text wavetable, maybe. Modulation to bipolar. Yeah, so you can do any modulation bipolar, which makes physical modeling a lot easier. Oh, Alchemy's here. What's going on? All right, I'm trying to catch up on chat here. I think we're way backed up. Man, it is like impossible to keep up with chat. Okay, I think we're mostly caught up here. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to try and keep an eye on questions here as well. Yeah, let's mess with the pitch quantization thing a bit more. Let's play with another patch here. Let's just make 3 sine waves. And let's do some randoms. We'll grab the 3rd random here, if my mouse will let me. Oh my god. I need to just give up and buy a wired mouse. This just doesn't work. All right, let's make a minor thing. Let's make this root 4 and 5, and then we'll do root minor 3rd 5, minor 7. And let's just play this now. Let's change the noise to sample and hold. And let's change the frequency of this one to be a bar, quarter notes, and then dotted quarter notes. How about that? And let's maybe up the tempo just a bit here. All right, now let's add some unison. And let's change the unison mode to power chord here. So I'm just holding down one note this whole time. Let's do another sample and hold here. Let's move that one before the delay. And let's get a little bit of that good old Vital reverb in here. Yeah, just holding one note. So that's pretty fun. And yeah, just super, super powerful. So let's just turn this into kind of a pad, because that's what I do. Let's just crank the reverb and see what this turns into. Okay, so that's a bit much. Still sounds good. And let's put OTT on it because nothing matters. Make a dub bass? I already did. I'll show you one. Let's save this. I'm gonna call this Sparkle Tits. This is a pad, I guess. Comments. Wow. Glittery. All right. A dub bass. I made oh, I flipped these around. I thought I just called it, yeah, deep dub bass. And this thing will move some serious air through my speakers. Oh, I got painting mode on. Whoopsie daisy. And slow that down. So yeah, something like that. Let's talk about that sampler, actually. Let's play with that for a minute. What was this one? Oh, just assorted neuro vomit. Okay. Let's try some oh, someone asked what does the pencil next to the wave do? So that opens the wavetable editor. So we can go in here and create our own wavetables really easily. There's kind of a point-based system. We also get access to the harmonic partials as well as their phases. So if we I don't know if there's a way to init a wavetable, but whatever. So this is a sine wave, so we could draw in a sine wave and add some harmonics and then rotate the phases of those to make kind of a church organ. So that's that. You can also drag sounds in. I don't know if I have something, just sure, whatever. And we can drag this in. If my mouse will work, damn you. Just drag it on here. So there's wavetable, vocode, and pitch splice. Let's just do wavetable mode. So it just resynthesizes things. Let's do a kick drum. Vocode mode interprets things a little bit differently. Pitch splice mode also interprets things a little bit differently. So you can get different results with each of these, much like you can with the import modes in Serum. Let's just make a yoy. Let's flip this to a high pass filter. Something FM. And get the output of filter 1 into this and a comb filter or something. And let's send this into filter 1 as well. And maybe we'll move that filter. Oh my god. Now taking donations for a damn wired mouse. Jesus. And then we'll FM that bad boy. Nah, we won't do that. That sounds stupid. Grab that. Actually, let's use an EQ. As a notch filter here. Make that bipolar. And make like a quick dimension expander type effect. I kind of want to do something involving that as well. Something along those lines. Good God, my mouse. Let's give some unison on that. Maybe we'll just make that an envelope. And then bring in a bit of noise. Yeah, let's envelope that noise in. I'm an idiot. There we go. Something like that. Let's save that. What is this called? Chunky cheese. Don't eat the yellow mouse. I don't know. Whatever. It's a base. You get the idea. So yeah, that's importing wavetables. It's super, super easy. Show off some of these unison options. Sure. Have I missed any other like major questions here? That's so like addictive. More than one instance of effects. No, not at the moment. Why you deleted your Discord? I still have a Discord. Should be able to join that down below. Make hyper growls. Yeah, right. Let's see if I missed any other crazy questions. I don't think so. Okay, what was I gonna say? Is there an FX version? No. But maybe someday. When can I get this? November 24th. Yep. Let's see. Maybe we should take another questions break because I'm like way backed up. Unison modes. Let's do unison modes and then we'll take a question break. Okay. Let's just re-init here. And let's use a saw because this will be easier to hear. So right now we have one voice. We get up to 16. Detune to 0. 20%. Phase. We can rotate the phase as well as control the phase randomization. Which that's really useful for like zappy things and also, excuse me, for, you know, that kind of thing. It's also really useful for FM because rotating the phase with FM while locking it in place can make a lot of differences to a sound, in case you didn't know that. So within the advanced tab here, we have controls for the oscillators, including note tracking. So we can bypass that and just get a fixed frequency, meaning this is capable of both linear and exponential FM, which is really damn powerful. High resolution wavetable. I don't know what this does yet. Haven't looked into it, but it has an option for that. I assume this maybe, I don't know, interpolates things smoother. So yeah, unison mode. Stack, we have unison, just regular old unison. Let's get the phase randomization back up. We have center drop 12. So this is like a sub oscillator, 24, being 2 octaves down. Octave, we get an octave up. So just this is just one note. So we can get those big trancy things. Let's turn on note tracking. So that's fun. 2 octaves, so double. So whatever, you can do that kind of stuff. Power chord, meaning a fifth. That's really, really great for pad sounds, just to get that kind of complex thing going on. Just makes your pad sound really, really good to add a fifth. Oh boy, 2x power chord. So the fifth goes up an extra octave. Major chord, which if we maybe drop that down just a bit, you hear we get a major chord there. Might be easier to hear with a sine wave, actually. And we'll just not detune that so much. So the detuning is actually relative as well. So right now, we just have a perfect major chord, but if we start to detune, that's detuning the voices, so that way we can get kind of wide, wobbly things. Minor chord, harmonics, which is kind of like additive, up to 16 partials. And then we've got odd harmonics. So we can get regular or square. So basically saw or square type harmonics. And then the detune range controls how much possible detuning we get. So if we go to harmonics and drop the stereo width, we get some really crazy stuff. Yeah, so that's just a lot of fun. Over here as well, this is something of note. Let's just reinitialize and go to a wavetable of some kind. So maybe not that one. I don't know, just a wavetable. Okay, so you can hear the difference here between the start and end point. If we go in and add some unison voices here and go to the advanced tab, we can spread out the position in the wavetable of each voice. Make that mono. So if we go to basic shapes, actually, this would be the best way to demonstrate this. So we've got no table spread right now. All of the voices are a sine wave. Let's spread this out. Little hard to hear, but you can see in the scope, we've got more shapes going on. We can also spread the spectral distortion and the phase/warp mode distortion here. So if we had a formant on this, and then let's say the smear on that, we could go in here and spread this out across the voices. So right now, we have a bunch of sine waves, and everyone's happy. Let's drop the phase randomization. Oh, man, that's really loud now. Start spreading the spectral distortion. And the spread. And stereo. Okay. I think that's a pretty big overview of like all the features and stuff. Let's take a minute to answer some questions, shall we? Okay, for the sake of time, I'm not going to scroll back just because there's way too much chat. So if anyone has questions, let's take a question break now. You can ask your questions. I will answer. If you have questions about Vital, you want to see something specific or whatever, let me know. Now is your time. Helm is dope. Helm is really, really wicked. The stereo effect is amazing. Yeah. No, the unison modes are insanely powerful. It's a lot of fun. Hi, what's up? Not much. How's it going? Happy Friday? Shit. Thursday. Happy Thursday. Vital has a lot of tricks up its sleeves. It does. Melodic rhythm. Oh, God. I wonder if that's even possible. I mean, it is. It'd just be terrible. Let's narrate a short story sometime. Yeah, let's do that. Totally. We'll just read the manual for Vital. Best free synth out there without question. Yeah, Helm is damn good. Is there a beta? There is, but it is no longer open. So you got to wait now until November 24th. Let's plug that link in the chat while we're up here. For those of you interested in picking up Vital or finding more information, you can go to vital.audio to sign up for the mailing list. This comes out in a couple days, and you can grab it for yourself and do all this stuff and more. What is your favorite feature? My favorite feature personally, I don't know, it's kind of tied. I love that it's MPE supported, just because now that I have an MPE controller, that's like my life when I'm doing like complex sound design. And I love instruments that can be really expressive. And I think Vital has kind of a twofold answer here in that these two things are very related. I love the MPE features because I just love MPE, but one of the other things I love about it is the interface design. Because as you saw, it's so fast to modulate things. And with MPE, that's especially powerful because MPE in a lot of other synths and applications is pretty fucking tedious. So like, I want to make an MPE patch, but it's a nightmare to sit down and actually do that because, you know, the way I have to modulate things is really complex. But Vital makes it super easy just to drag and drop and really start making patches that, I don't know, it feels like, I always compare it to like playing my guitar. Like, you know, I can express on a guitar a lot easier than I can on a synthesizer without having to dive through some mod matrix. And Vital really gets that right, much like Helm did with the way, you know, the modulation works of just drag and drop. So I think, yeah, MPE and just the mod abilities, you know, the way that that's designed is really, really cool. Are you going to release your presets? I will. I'm going to be doing a video about Vital soon. Hopefully, maybe going to film that this weekend if I can shuffle some things around. And when I release my video, I'm also going to release all my presets I've been making for this. What is my opinion on Vital's pricing? I mean, I think it's great. Even the most expensive tier, because I know people are like, it's $80, but, you know, I mean, Serum is $150. Falcon is, what, $400. Omnisphere is $500. Voltage Modular, I guess, is sort of similar in a way. Voltage Modular is $149 for the core version for MPE support and all that. And I mean, this thing is basically modular. Phase Plant is, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on these prices. I think I'm right. Phase Plant is either $189 or $199, I think. Maybe that's Serum. Maybe Phase Plant's $150. Something like that. But anyways, I mean, even the most expensive tier of Vital, with how powerful this thing is well worth the asking price because one, it supports Matt directly, which I think is great, and Matt more than deserves this kind of recognition and support from the community for putting in this level of effort. It's just absolutely fucking crazy to think that he just sat down and was like, you know what, I'm gonna make this. And I mean, it's free too, so you don't even have to pay. I mean, if you want to just get this for free and you want to make sounds and you want to do sound design, you can absolutely do that. If you want to support the project or you don't want to do sound design, you could buy the basic tier. You know, that's only, what, $25, or subscribe for $5 a month. I don't know if that's a rent to own or not. But at any rate, I think the prices are more than fair, especially considering that, you know, this is kind of a labor of love. And I think it deserves a bit of support from everyone. Foghorn Bass God. Rhythm Beats tutorial. I don't really make rhythm, but I don't know. The track I was working on earlier today with Vital, not the Chuck E. Cheese one, a different one. I mean, that's sort of rhythm-ish. Sampled stuff. Orchestral scores. How would you sum up this VST? Yeah, we can do some sample stuff here in a minute. How would I sum up this VST? If I had to give you an elevator pitch, Vital is a very capable subtractive FM wavetable and sound design platform with semi-modular capabilities and deep modulation without the headache. I guess that would be my kind of one-liner pitch. It's really well laid out, it's really well thought out, and it packs a hell of a lot of features for anyone. You know, if this is like day one, this is a great synth. It's really easy to understand because it's so visual. It's also so easy that, you know, I think anyone can get into it and really make some stuff. Or, you know, just fuck around with presets. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. But at the other end, if you're more advanced and whatever, this is an insanely capable instrument that doesn't fight you back. And that's what drives me nuts about certain synthesizers and VSTs is the layout or whatever is so convoluted that it's kind of a pain in the ass to use them. And this is one of the very few synthesizers that gets it right. And I think that's maybe why people keep calling this the Serum killer, and that the interface is so well thought out, because Serum and, Serum, Phase Plant, Vital, and, kind of other things around that area have some of the best UIs in the game because they're so visual and so easy that anyone can figure it out. So, I think that's the big thing, is that it's super easy if you are more into this kind of stuff to really dive into the nitty gritty and make some powerful patches. Tyler, love your vids. They help so much. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Map the LFO to the frame, like the LFO to the LFO itself. I don't know if you can do that, but maybe. Could Vital be a good alternative to Serum? Absolutely. I mean, it doesn't do all the same things, but it does a lot of very similar things. Key tracked LFOs. Sure, we could do that. Audio rate LFOs, not quite yet, no. Arpeggiator, no, but I did show that a little bit earlier. You can make an arpeggiator with the LFOs by creating like a step sequencer type thing. Okay, key tracked LFOs. Drops on the 24th. More versions available for a small fee. Yeah, let's look at that really quick here, just because we haven't done that in a minute. So these are the versions of Vital that are available here. We have Basic, which is Vital with 80 presets, 25 wavetables. Plus for $25, Vital 250 presets and 70 wavetables. Pro for $80. Vital 400 plus presets, 150 wavetables. Unlimited text to wavetable. Discord perk, prioritized support. Subscription for $5 a month includes everything in Pro, as well as first access to new features and first access to new plugins, which has me curious. I kind of wonder what's next here for all this. Vital compared to Serum. I mean, I think they're kind of very similar things. I don't think one is really better than the other, but, I think they both have really good UIs. I think the third oscillator as a proper oscillator helps a lot in Vital. That's one of my pain points with Serum a lot of the time, is that I wish the sub oscillator was able to be something else. You can sort of get around that with the noise oscillator, but, it's not quite the same. So, a third oscillator I think really helps. The sample oscillator is also really fun. So very similar, but different. I don't know. Ableton has MPE. It does, yeah, the new 11 update. What's the MPE controller you're using? This is a Sensel Morph. I did a video kind of overview about this thing maybe a month ago. You can check that out for all the details. It's really, really cool. Whoops. It also has different overlays, so I can put like a beat overlay on here and just swap them like on the fly, which is really, really cool. And it's really cheap too. I really love this thing. Plus support Matt, yeah. So, I mean, if you buy this, you're supporting Matt, which more than well deserved. MPE stands for MIDI polyphonic expression. Let's make an MPE patch. Why not? MIDI polyphonic expression means that I can make notes do individual things. A really easy way to demonstrate this, let's go into advanced. MPE is on. MPE is on. All right. So I can play two notes here, and I can bend these individually by moving my fingers. Which that sounds absolutely horrible. Now let's try a filter. I'm gonna use let's use slide here. Now what slide means is moving my finger up and down on the key on the y-axis. So if I bring this down, and I'll just show you what I'm doing here. So if I do this and move up, that opens the filter, but I can do this for each of these notes. So I can play like a chord here and move the individual notes of that chord. And that is a really powerful sound design tool. All right. Thank you for all the great information. You were awesome. Well, thank you for watching. I really hope everyone's enjoying this stream. Glad to see so many people here too. This is crazy. Hashtag support Matt. Yes. Free Matt. Down with Chuck E. Cheese while we're at it. Let's see. What do you think about Iris 2? I think Iris 2 is really, really fun. The CPU usage is just really bad. 189 for Serum. That sounds right, yeah. Let's see. What else was I going to do? Key tracked LFOs, right? And then the sample oscillator. Trying to see if there's anything else here. How many LFOs? God, I think we counted that earlier. I think it's 8 LFOs, 4 envelopes, and 4 randoms. Something like that. Yeah, 8 LFOs, 4 randoms. 64 LFOs, that would be ridiculous. Let's see, is there any other like major questions? I'm just gonna move on. Rapid compared to vital, 2 completely different things. Let's see, are there any other big questions? Taylor Pearson, how's it going? Is there a built-in auto-tune? That would be amazing. There is the text to wavetable, so in a way you could kind of do that. The mod remap, sure. I like your soothing voice. Well, thank you. Really hyped for this. Dude, me too. I've been hyped for Vital for I don't even know how long at this point. So I'm really, really happy Matt hooked me up with a copy ahead of time to check out. Do you sing? I don't. I used to sing a little bit in like a country band. I can do a pretty damn good Johnny Cash, and that's about it. And then I used to be in like some metal bands back in the day. So when I do like, I used to do like screaming stuff, and I sound like a fucking grizzly bear. Okay. Yeah, let's dive back in here and start playing with some features. Okay, so like LFOs that are really, really fast. Let's do that really quick. Just to show that that's fun. Let's grab an LFO. So let's actually, hold on. Let's back the fuck up. Okay. This is a really slow LFO at 128 seconds per cycle. This is a bit faster of an LFO. Now let's bring this up even faster. And we're now bringing this up into the audio range, where if we played this LFO directly out, we could hear it, which I don't know if we can do with a... Can we make the filters self-oscillate? Probably not. Not without like a tiny impulse, maybe. So that's now an audible note that we can hear. Okay, so we can make these LFOs really fast. Now, what we're effectively getting into once we switch into key tracked mode is FM. Because we're essentially... Because this is our fine tune and our coarse tune. So if we play this, we can turn this into an actual oscillator. Gotta turn that way up. Which sounds pretty bad in this example, but it's really, really fun. So we can get just some extra kind of FM-y capabilities from this. So let's try maybe a more common example, which would be tuning a filter FM up a fifth. Let's stop that. And then add a second filter with an envelope. So as you can see, that is a very powerful feature. Really, really cool trick if you haven't done filter FM. Busy Works Beats. No way. How are you, Busy Works Beats? You are a proper legend, my friend. I have been watching your channel for many, many moons now. So, hey, thanks for stopping in. Hope you're enjoying the stream. If you have any questions at all, you let me know. No shit, though. Anyways, let's see. Do we have any other questions here? Oh, someone's going good night. Good night. Sing. No, I definitely don't want to hear me sing. I get my wife in here. She's a fucking powerhouse. She used to sing Johnny Cash songs with me. Did I miss any other questions here? LFO oscillators. Yes, that's what that is. It's pretty cool. Because LFO, if you don't know, what it stands for is low frequency oscillator. So it's a pitch, it's just so low that we can't hear it because it's way, way, way low frequency, hence the name low frequency oscillator. So, you know, when we speed that up to a certain rate, we can actually start to hear it. And with key-tracked LFOs, they essentially become another oscillator that isn't coming directly out. So we don't hear that as a triangle waveform, but rather we can use it as an audio rate modulation. Oh yeah, I guess we could. Venus, do you like to make a ton of pads? Pads and atmosphere are my thing, man. I came for his voice, radio voice for sure. Yeah, maybe you know, if Matt is still watching this, if you want to hire me to read the entire Vital manual as an audiobook as an exclusive Discord perk, hit me up. I will absolutely do that. Hoping to see wavetable with real instrument samples. Yeah, let's do that really quick. Let's grab like a I think I have some SFZ files. Yeah. Let's turn like a flute. That's gonna be really, really high pitch though. So that's maybe not the best example. There we go. Let's do... So I think this is maybe a situation where high resolution wavetable would be beneficial, but maybe not. Maybe that's only dividing it into 512 frames if I had to guess. I don't know. But we can smooth that out a bit. And I wonder, could we make like a text to wavetable like ah? And just kind of put that as like a oh no. Okay, it's not my internet connection. Damn. Maybe I ran out of them. Well, that's sad. But anyways, let's add a 7th, or a 5th rather. So we could do that. We could maybe even do like some basic modal synthesis, because we can do some comb filters. Does that want to work? Maybe not. Maybe we have to go into like... Oh, the filters don't oscillate then. So let's note track that. And make that not so insanely brittly harsh. Kind of make like a bell almost. And put OTT on it. And a reverb. Let's maybe try like a really basic sample. So this is C4. And let's key track the sample. So we could probably bring that up a bit. That's kind of fun. Let's not have so much low end. There we go, that's neat. And then I want like a little bit of filter envelope on that. Just needs to be brighter. Yeah, that's better. Pretty neat stuff. Can you use sidechaining to use Vinyl's of vocoder? No, I don't believe so. But that maybe would happen in a future update. wavetable editing tricks. I honestly would, but wavetables, it's kind of a really complicated subject, so maybe I'll do like a wavetable design video in the future in some more detail. You a goat. Thank you so much, Busy Works Beats, dude. You are the fucking greatest. Absolutely love your channel. Recent pads, you're master of these sounds. Thank you. Spectral time skew, notch filtering, and OTT. We could have a sick neuro bass. Yeah. Preset to wavetable function. I actually have, but I can't get it to work in the right way. And I think that's because the FM, whoops, that's not what I want. I think that's because the FM in here is actual FM and not phase distortion. Because what I was trying to do was render like some of my neuro bass shots into actual wavetables, but the phase doesn't seem to be consistent, and maybe I need to ask Matt about this. But what I was doing like was FM from 2 here, and if I make like a really basic FM patch of just something like this, and I resynthesize to wavetable, the phase is off, so then the phase rotates and skews and gets all weird. So it is a cool feature, but I can't really get it to work in the way I thought it would. But making wavetables isn't too hard, so not worried about it. The Vital Manual. Copper Sats, how is it going? Future house chord sounds. I guess we could do something with that. So let's do that. Make this. Maybe something along these lines. I don't really know Future House all that well, but I'm guessing it's... So for those of you that don't know, chorus and delay are very similar things. So we can actually use this to make a really basic reverb with a higher feedback. So this is a great way to fake like a dimension expander. And let's grab just like a basic arpeggiator and set this to like chord mode. Okay, that's like way too fast. Let's do 110 and something along those lines. 110 at eighths. And then just a little touch of reverb in there. I don't know, what's like some chord stuff? You know, I don't really know what that is, but maybe that's right. Does it even matter once you put into a 23-second reverb? No, then everything becomes good. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I did run out of text to wavetable. I'll have to ask Matt. I don't know. I might have run out. I don't know how the demo works. Or if this is a demo or not. Late night talk show. Yeah. Welcome back, everyone, to Sound Design with Cameron. How you doing? Let's see. Audio track via sidechain to Vital. I don't think so. I don't think it reports sidechain to the host. Let's find out. It does not, so no. Oh, no shit. C-Ray Beats. How's it going, man? Let's see. Have we got any other questions and stuff here? Do a Moog type sound. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's one thing worth mentioning. So it's not just OTT. This is actually a low band, high band compressor, and single band compressor. So that's nice. Let's see if we got any other questions and such. Hypersaws with the wavetable stretching modes, like future bass hypersaws, probably. I don't know, maybe with the, I don't know what mode I'm thinking of. Yeah, the harmonic and inharmonic. Random amplitudes could... Meh, not really. Oh yeah, phase dispersion. Which is not super clear. So if we went to the saw of basic shapes. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. So yeah, I guess that's kind of a hypersaw. And that looks like that's most of our questions here. So, how's the testing going? It's great. I love this thing. I've been having so much fun with this. I don't know if I have any other like super fun presets. This triplet thing. That one's fun. Squeetastic. Which is like a disgusting bass. Optimus Prime swing. Kick drum I made with the sampler and ring modulation. You can make pretty realistic, like skeuomorphic, physical modeled things. Cryman Squaw. For those of you that watch The Office, and cinematic squidglets, which I think I showed off earlier. I guess it doesn't save MPE in the patch. That seems like a bug, maybe. Oh god, now I can't get Bitwig to let me go in here and enable MPE again. There we go. I think I showed that one earlier. Yeah. So I guess that's kind of everything. And that was some sound design. I kind of want to just play with something for a minute, though. Grumpy Gills 3, Return of the Grump. This is some stuff using Vital. Someone hit me up on Discord, commenting a hardcore kick, or like a hard style kick. Oh yeah, Sparkle Tits. I made Sparkle Tits on the stream. Drum synthesis is great with Vital. It is. Are the onboard effects any good? Everything you were hearing was the onboard effects. I mean, literally everything I just showed was all internal. There was no extra processing on any of that. So they're really, really damn good. Same guy that made Helm. It is Matt Tytel, and he's a legend. Can you import custom waveforms to the LFOs? I don't think so. But you can make presets. Like there's presets for the LFOs, but you can't like drag something in and turn it into an LFO, no. But there's a bunch of presets and you can save your own. And that goes for most things as well. Like there's your presets here, presets for the MSEGs, you know, pretty cool all around there. Great demo, thanks. No problem at all. So yeah, I guess let's maybe play with this for just a minute, and then I think I'm about done. But I've got one more drink here, so let's play with this and do this stuff in action. What was I doing? Oh yeah, it was really loud. It was really loud. I forgot about that. Good God. So let's maybe noodle with that for a minute. Let's make a B drop here. Let's just add some more vitals. And by the way, all of those basses are all vital. There's no added processing to any of these except a clipper on the group to sum them together a bit. Let's do... I don't think I used that yet. Let's do something with that. And then we'll insert another vital. Let's make a new patch. So what's our drop so far here? We need like a pre-drop vocal. Need more beer. And then we'll make a pre-drop vocal. Let's answer questions. What's his DAW? I'm using DistroKid. What's your opinion on using presets in bass music? My opinion on presets is that your audience does not give a single shit. Don't care what other producers think, because people are going to bitch like, if you use presets, you're dumb. You know, there's people like me out there that make the presets for a reason. I use presets myself a lot of the time because, you know, I make my own presets, so I save them and use them again later. There's absolutely nothing wrong with presets. Tweak them a bit by all means, you know, make them your own, but they exist for a reason. Anyone who says that presets are dumb is just an elitist dumbass. Are your presets only available with the full Vital? My presets are not included, but I will include them with my video that I'm going to put out about Vital soon. Genres you think would be best for? Pretty much anything, really. I think maybe the weak points would be like some really classic analog sounds, because this is a very, very digital sounding synth. But even then, I mean, you can get some nice analog-y tones out of it. Burps for vocals. Oh, by the way, I should say this entire stream will be reposted later if you want to watch back through, because I've already answered a lot of the questions and stuff. Does text to wavetable sync to the clock? You can sync it with like an LFO and stuff to make it like speak, yeah. The best outlook on presets I've heard. Well, good. Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, anyone who says they have an answer is probably just trying to sell you something. Yeah, no, it is easy to make your own presets in this, though, and, highly advise you learn some basic sound design. It's a very powerful tool that can really elevate your music and make it more unique to you. Obviously, using a bunch of presets and loops, anyone can do that, but, taking the time to dive in a bit is good, but presets exist for a reason. Digital's greater than analog. Yeah, I mean, I honestly would tend to agree with that. A lot of people would skewer me for that, but I mean, my Novation Peak versus like a Moog, I'll take the Peak any day. How easy would it be for beginners? This is actually super easy for beginners. I think this is an amazing synth for people of any skill level, really, because it's really advanced. It's something you can really grow into, but it's also so easy that I think anyone could pick this up and play with it, especially, going through some presets because everything is so visual. You can really easily understand how everything works and why in order to extrapolate on that information and, learn it yourself. Vital CPU friendly. Yeah, I mean, I'm using, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 Vitals right now, with a bunch of like modulation and effects in all of these patches. I mean, there's a lot going on in each of these, and let's play this really quick. So this is my DSP, and mind you, I'm streaming right now too, so my CPU is also taking a hit because I'm streaming. So let's play this. Let's actually disable all the drums. So just the Vital alone, let's see how much CPUs this takes. And let me turn off my limiters and stuff as well. So just the Vitals without any extra plugins. Go. So that's really, I mean, that's, I would call that average. I have many synths that use way more. Now let's turn on all of my plugins, and you'll see that the difference is not that much at all. Yeah, so, I mean, CPU use, very, very average. Shout out to people like Cameron for making presets, and shout out to people like you for enjoying the presets I make. That's what I want to see, is like, I love when I see people use my presets and make something with it. That's the fucking best feeling ever. Does it have anything over Pigments? It has that it's free, so it's absolutely worth owning for free, but it's also absolutely worth supporting because it's a badass synthesizer. Text to wavetable example. I already did that, and I can't anymore. I think I've run out of text to wavetable, unfortunately. Standout features of Vital. Standout features of Vital. MPE support, a really easy mod matrix, super, super powerful modulation all around. Really great sounding effects, a fantastic fucking reverb algorithm. A lot of really great filter modes. Basically, if you need a workhorse synth, this is the one. Existing wavetables. No, you can load audio as wavetables. I can just drag in any audio and make it a wavetable, so you can import the Serum ones, massive ones. You can import just regular, like here's a wave file. And that. Yeah, it can import wavetables super easy. And you can also design your own within the wavetable editor. Objectively sounds better than Pigments. I would say Pigments Some of the filters and pigments, like the SEM filter and some of that, sounds really, really damn good. But Vital all around, I can't fault it. It's very clean too. Vital is not out yet, so one more disclaimer for those of you joining. This is an early access copy, so this doesn't necessarily represent the final release. Vital comes out on November 24th, and you can find more information at vital.audio. The cons of Vital. Cons-wise, there's no dedicated noise oscillator, which, meh. You know, some people like that, some people don't. It's not multi-timbral. Maybe a con, depending on kind of like what type of patches you like to make. No standard arpeggiator and sequencer, which again, take it or leave it. I don't know, the reverb only has like one algorithm. That might be something different. The only other con I can think of is that maybe it is a digital synthesizer and it intends to be a digital synthesizer. So if you're looking for something like Diva, this is not that. But, you know, that's why other synths exist. So, you know, and it's free. So, I mean, I can't bring myself to be the guy to bitch about a free plugin. Purchase some of your samples. Which synths have you done presets for? I made some of the factory wavetables for Pigments. I've made a shitload of Serum presets over the years. Synthmaster 1, I've done some banks for. God, I don't even remember at this point. I think I collaborated on like a Dune pack or something at one point. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, pretty much any of the major players, I've probably done a sound bank for it at some point. Art programming easy to use. Yeah, I showed this earlier, but very, very quickly, we can turn an LFO into an ARP. So we'll just make this an 8-step ARP with a 4-slot grid. So we can easily turn that into an arpeggiator. We'll just make this an octave. And we could easily quantize that to some regular tones. So yeah, super easy to do that. Does the plugin need internet access 24/7 because text to wavetable is a server-based feature? I don't know. Matt would probably know that. You can ask that in the Vital Discord. How useful is text to wavetable? It's actually pretty useful. I made a patch earlier, this one, which uses all text to wavetable. So that's all text to wavetable there. Let's see, any other major questions here? Yeah, if you have analog wavetables and drift mod, yeah. With the random, you can set this to Perlin noise, which is a really smooth noise modulator. So with a bit of that, I mean, you can make kind of like a really fake. Oh, yeah, so these are not poly. I don't know if that matters to anyone. The LFOs, I think, are all mono. They're not polyphonic LFOs, at least I think. But yeah, I mean, with some stuff, you can make some analog-ish patches. Could this be the Serum killer? No, nothing's going to kill Serum. Serum's way too popular. And I think that that's just hype marketing, if anything, and anyone who's trying to sell you that is full of shit. Sounds in Dune 3, aggressive Reese. Yeah, so I mean, it's like I have so many VSTs anymore, it's hard to keep up. Okay, that looks like we're all caught up on questions. Those are poly. Okay, LFOs are all poly. Okay, so I think the randoms are not poly. The LFOs are poly, though. So you could maybe do, I don't know, just something, whoops. And just make like a fake random. I don't know. This is going to take a lot of clicking. So with that, we could kind of get like a warm, let's do a ladder filter. And then a little bit of soft clipping. So you can sort of get some like analog-ish tones. What bugs have you encountered? Not many. I mean, but I'm also way late in the game, but this is a really damn good piece of software because it's incredibly fucking stable. I think I only found one bug myself, and it was something super, super minor. I don't even think it was a bug, though. I think it was just more like I thought it should be different. Wavetables being a big hip thing. Yeah, I mean, wavetables are a fad to some degree because everyone was like, dude, what wavetable was that bass, bro? You know, fucking rocket-powered sounds and such. But, you know, I think wavetables have a purpose. I mean, obviously it's a really popular form of synthesis, and it's been around for a while. It's not really a new thing. But, you know, wavetables are really powerful. I think there was definitely a couple of years when, like, the dubstep kitties blew up that wavetables became just a point of marketing. You know, just saying, it's a wavetable synth got people all freaked out. Let's see, any other questions and stuff? 64-bit only. I don't know. I think it's only 64-bit, but maybe not. Vital versus Surge versus Helm. I think you should just own all three because they're free. 64-bit only. Thank you. Very good for boards of Canada synths. Yeah, I mean, this with a bit of noise and some reverb or something. Oh, we gotta send the sample oscillator to the filter. Add some release. And of course, a big old reverb. And we'll saturate the reverb. Yep. Good stuff. Shepherd tone knob. Yes, there is a shepherd tone, which is not going to make sense here. So we could just put an LFO on that. So that's kind of fun. Warp function do you like the most? I don't know. FM. I always like FM. Out of the like spectral warping things, I think maybe the smear. or the, I think it was the harmonic stretch. No, not that one. Maybe it was just phase disperse. I think it was that, because that was really useful for some like squidgy basses and stuff. Formant filters, yeah, formant filters. Just standard vowel filters, A, O, I, E. And all the filters are really clean sounding. This is called Vital. Dark, low, wide Reese. I got you, bro. It's like one of the first patches I made, of course, called A Reese. Hashtag, can you make a Reese tutorial? Are there skins? I don't know. Winky face. Probably, but maybe not. I don't think there's going to be skins, but there might be skins. I really don't know. Anyone who says they know doesn't know. Filejacker, what's going on? All right. Let's make like one more bass sound, and then I think we'll call it for the evening. Let's finish this drop with just one bass. I think I want to change that to be not triplets. And just make like a screechy FM thing. Something like that. This song just makes me think of like a T-Rex. All right, and that's a drop with Vital with no extra processing on it. Oh boy, and that is Vital. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to take a very quick intermission, and we can have a little bit of Q&A here. If anyone has any remaining questions, concerns, comments, I should go on Mr. Bill's podcast. I would love to meet Mr. Bill. I feel like Mr. Bill and I would be very good friends. I'm going to take a quick intermission. I'll be right back. We'll do one more Q&A, and that's going to do it for the evening. Be right back. Whew, all right, intermission, aka have a piss, maybe. Okay, so yeah, I think that kind of wraps everything up in terms of the meat and potatoes of all this. If anyone has any questions or anything like that, now is the time. I will do a couple more questions and stuff here. I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. For those of you that have to leave or it's very late or whatever, excuse me. Ugh. So thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something as always. Vital comes out November 24th. You can go to vital.audio for more information to sign up on the mailing list. Vital is free and also paid. Once again, I encourage you to support this project and get one of the paid versions, including the $5 a month subscription, which is super cheap and it gives you access to everything in the kitchen sink with all this. So let's have a look for some questions. Christmas 2020 is looking good. No shit. What do you think about Rolly Equator 2? I have no idea. Didn't even know that happened. GUI fixed or scalable for laptops or large monitors? I believe it's resizable. I think that was like one of the first things I tested, but I don't remember. Come on, mouse. You got this. My mouse is probably mad at me for the Chuck E. Cheese song. Maybe that's it. Is it scalable? It is. So it's full, because it is vector based, so it's fully scalable. And 60 FPS smooth. Yeah, it is one of the smoothest interfaces. It's buttery. Still with Mixcraft. I am with Mixcraft. I work with them very closely. I use Mixcraft quite a bit. I actually used it the other day. I was doing some sound design for a video thing, and I used Mixcraft for that because Mixcraft has video support. Also, still use Cubase. I use a lot of different DAWs. Every DAW is different. Every DAW is well suited to certain things. You know, if there was one perfect DAW, we would all use it. But I'm very excited for Mixcraft in the future. I can't say anything really, but there's some pretty cool stuff. That's all I can say about that. Thank you for all the videos. No problem at all. I'm so happy to see how much this channel has grown. It really blows my mind. So thank you. You know, matter of fact, all you guys, you make it possible. Just landed here in WoW. Well, welcome. Everything will be reposted later if you want to check out the stream. Just a heads up in case anyone missed that. Venus Burp sample pack, maybe for 50K. Vital tutorial and sound design. Yeah, I'm probably going to do some Vital tutorials in the future. I'm doing a video. I'm not going to give away what I'm doing, just to protect my YouTube against other YouTubers. I'm going to be doing a video on Vital soon, which is going to have a bunch of presets with it. And after that, I plan to do maybe a handful of videos, maybe breaking down songs like this drop and just how the sounds work and why. Part of your go-to kit now? Honestly, I think it probably will be. It's so fast to use, and that's one of the biggest things for me as a sound designer, is that I want stuff that gets things done quickly because, you know, I get paid a certain amount, and I have to make sure I do something in an efficient amount of time to make that paycheck worth it. So stuff like Vital is very big to me, you know, because, like, obviously there's really powerful stuff out there, but it's so, you know, convoluted and difficult to use that it eats up a lot of time. So, you know, Vital doesn't do everything. It does a hell of a lot, though. So I'm sure it's going to be something I'm going to use a fair amount, definitely. I mean, honestly, I think this would replace Serum for me for the most part. I mean, obviously, I'm going to have to use Serum because of my work. Like, I get contracted to make Serum packs all the fucking time. But, like, this kind of does what I wish Serum did. It doesn't have some of the stuff I like about Serum in it, but, you know, I mean, that's kind of like Rapid, too. You know, Rapid has a lot of stuff I like that other synths don't do. The Return of Salem, question mark. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Beginner tutorials with Vital. If people are interested in some beginner tutorials, definitely. You know, just let me know if you're interested in like beginner level stuff. I'd be happy to make that. Are you hyped for Cubase 11? Cubase Land, so your take would be neat. I'm pretty excited about it. I actually made the demo track for Cubase 11. If you download Cubase 11, there's a demo track by Venus Theory, and I'm super honored to have been a part of that. That was super fucking exciting to be asked to like make a demo track for Cubase. Cubase 11 has a lot of really great features too. Some of the new stuff is sick. Frequency got a dynamic EQ update. There's a imager, kind of like Ozone imager built in. There's an OTT type thing built in. Sampler track got an update. There's a bunch of new content packs. And then a lot of like little quality of life things. I think 11 is probably one of their best versions yet, honestly, because I thought 10 and 10.5 were meh. 10 was pretty good, 10.5 meh. But yeah, 11 was a damn good update. Save this, please. A DAW there comes Adobe Atmos. I think Cubase and Pro Tools can do multi-dimensional audio mixing. I don't know how Vital would handle that though. Next best free plugin, Surge. Absolutely go download Surge. It's open source. I'm going to be involved with some pretty cool things in Surge in a couple months, and Surge is much like Vital, one of the best free synths out there, hands down. How does your back feel in this crappy gaming chair? My back actually feels great because this was one of the expensive chairs with the cool pillows and a lumbar pillow, and it's all adjustable. This chair is actually really, really nice. What does Serum have that Vital doesn't? Some of the warp modes in Serum. I think Serum's wavetable editor is maybe a bit easier for people who don't understand the concept of keyframes. What else is like great about Serum? I don't know. The FM in Serum, I'm pretty sure it's just phase modulation. And I think the FM in Vital is actual FM. I don't really know, though. But something about the FM in Serum sounds, I don't know, a bit more like everything else you hear. Vital is obviously really capable of some really damn good FX or FM sounds, as demonstrated by this track here. But the FM in Serum is just, there's something to the way that it sounds that I really like for a lot of things. And I guess the reverb filter, if I'm being honest, the reverb filter in Serum, it's kind of hard to find anything else like that out there. Write a book on how to program different synths or sound design. I've thought about making like a PDF at some point of just like, here's a bunch of shit I learned, but that's a pretty big project for something that I'm not sure I would see a return on. Love a beginner series, hard to find a starting place. Yeah, I'll note that down. I mean, totally beginner stuff is, I love teaching that kind of shit. So do a book on FM synthesis. I probably could. I fucking love FM. New video features for Cubase 11. I did not do any video features for it. I don't think I'll maybe do anything on the channel because it's already covered on their channel. I do have some new videos coming out on the Cubase YouTube channel, though. Final plug for the Discord server. Yeah, go join the Vital Discord if you haven't already. Torsion Texture Labs. I am not, but I'll have to check them out. Reverb filter is dumb. Yeah, the reverb filter is overused as fuck, but I mean, it got overused for a reason. It does have a sound to it. If I was a movie producer, I'd hire you. Well, thank you. FM and Serum is phase modulation, much like the DX7 and Citrus. Yeah. Hope Vital can be nice for some progressive trance stuff. I'm sure it can. I mean, Vital is just a general workhorse synth. I mean, anything you want to throw at it, it can probably do outside of like additive synthesis and like really ridiculous physical modeling and big multi-operator FM. Because I don't think you can FM from the LFO. You can't. So yeah, you can't really do like big multi-operator FM, but as a general meat and potato synthesizer, Vital, especially the free option, it's pretty fucking unbeatable. Anyways, I think that is going to wrap it up here, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you enjoyed all of this. If you have not already signed up for the Vital mailing list, you can go to vital.audio to sign up. Vital comes out on November 24th. This is a project by Matt Tytel, the creator of Helm, one of the best free synths out there, and is one of the biggest everybody freaking out, oh my god, hype train, choo-choo moments of synthesizers in the industry, at least in recent memory. This is absolutely nuts. Definitely support this project if you can. I know things are weird this year with all that kind of stuff, whatever. But, Matt, I think, is more than deserving of the recognition that I'm very confident he's about to receive from this project, because Vital is truly an incredible offer for anyone of any skill level, of any genre out there. Much like something like Surge, it's truly a powerful, powerful piece of software. I highly encourage that you support this project by buying one of the bigger versions, which gives you some extra features. There is the subscription option at only $5 a month to get this, plus unlimited text to wavetable, plus some extra access to new features and new plugins. I don't know what new plugins we can expect, but I'm very much looking forward to finding out. Yeah, so I think that does it for this stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. I had a hell of a time. Thank you guys for joining me. This was really, really fun. Vital seems pretty vital. It does. So I think that's going to do it for this stream, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I will be around later on my Discord. This entire stream will be posted later. I will be doing some videos about Vital. My first video is going to include a bunch of presets and stuff. So thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed it. Good night and good luck.